Hi guys. Hi. Welcome to Chat with China. Guys, tonight, welcome to another episode of Chat with China. Tonight, you're gonna have to excuse me. It's kind of a more relaxed. As you can see, I got on my PJs, like getting ready for bed. And I just wanted to come through, guys, and do a quick video. No, I wouldn't even say quick. I just wanted to come through and chat with you guys. So here we go. Guys, I had to get me in a little something before bed. But anyhow, guys, I really today's episode of Chat with China, I really want to talk about relationships on this night edition. Um, Guys, it has been so many different things that have been going on. As you could tell, like even from the start of my channel, the last couple videos that I have done have kind of been more, relationship geared. And I felt like, tonight I just wanted to do a talk with me conversation piece on relationships today and see what you guys think of what's really going on. Guys, as far as like relationships, in my opinion, nowadays, and this is just my humble opinion, I don't really feel like relationships is just goals anymore. What do you guys think? I'm not saying that true love really don't exist, but it's just it's just not goals anymore. Like, and I think for a lot of us ladies, I can't speak. I'm pretty sure I got some men that's watching, or I hope that's watching, because my channel is geared towards everybody. No, but I'm not discriminating against anybody. But personally, I just feel like relationships are no longer goals. I feel like the morals and the standards have shifted so much in this, in the dating world now. Like, um, I, from like, we don't even have like that 80s, 90s, early 2000s kind of love. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. And don't get me wrong, I feel like with all relationships there's ups and downs when it comes to love. But I just feel like, guys, you know, simple things as far as like being romantic, like dates, picnics, things of that nature. Like, you barely even see those things. Just kind gestures, men opening doors, for women, and women doing certain things when it comes to their men. Now I feel like, and I'm not just biased because I'm a woman. I feel like women do more geared towards the men, as far as like, showing that, because majority all of my friends or acquaintances or people that I know, when I look at women's gender roles, like, I still see the women of today cooking, bringing their men to play, taking care of things around the house and catering to the kids and doing little kind acts, when it comes to their men. But it's like the chivalry with the men, I don't know. And maybe I'm old school. Like, I like that very masculine type of feel. Like, for me personally, I prefer older guys. And that's just what I'm attracted to. And I'm probably attracted to them because older guys, in my opinion, um like, they make you feel like a woman. They make you feel like a lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to tell them to open the door. You don't have to tell them to provide. You don't have to tell them, and just as well as they play their role as their lady, I got the leading role. So, I'm going to handle business when it comes to my men. But yes, I just feel like you don't really see that, you know, kind of love and affection. And I can speak more so to also amongst the African American community. Now I've looked at other ethnicities and I've dated other ethnicities, and I'm just saying what I see even on a day-to-day basis with dating. Like, other nationalities seem to value, a two-parent home more. Um, Other nationality of men, like you see white men out. I see majority white men I see out. I mean, they don't seem to be very picky when it comes to, you know, she's got to be a 10, or she's got got to be a 10, 20. Like whatever I see this white male, whoever he's dating or married to, he's just in love with that, and he's sticking beside that, and he's, playing his role. You see them in the grocery stores with their family, their wives. They're still into holding hands. They're still into public displays of the affection. They're still into taking flowers home to their wife. They're, that kind of thing. Like, you really don't see that a lot amongst the African American community. You don't. And like I said, with me, I've dated outside my race. I've dated other ethnicities, and even with them, they seem to be very family oriented, very hands on when it comes to, you being their woman, and if they have kids and things of that nature, then they do what's necessary. It isn't a me, it isn't a my, it's this is my lady. I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna provide. Baby, do you need anything? I just come through the door with just a spontaneous gift, or just something thoughtful, and we really don't see that I really don't see that amongst my own community. Guys, what do you think? Like, I need some feedback in the comments, because this topic to me is something that I feel like is very interesting. Basically going on what I see on social media, what I'm seeing on, what's in the media, the kind of stories that, I've been covering lately. And it's just, just basic life, even if it doesn't have to do with something that I'm covering. It's just something that I've noticed a lot, I've thought about a lot, and I felt like that bringing this conversation, to my platform, to you guys, to kind of get feedback on other people and what they're thinking. I don't want to just feel like, oh, is it just me? Do y'all think, is it just me? Or like, what do you think, with what you see today, whatever race you are amongst your own and even others? Like, give me some feedback, guys. Like, what do you really think when it comes to like the whole dating scene? I'm just basically going off of my own personal experience, like I said, a relationship is give and take on both sides, but it's not all about everything is going to be peaches every day that you wake up. Every day you wake up, you're not going to be just dangerously in love with somebody 365 days a year. But it's just the fact that because I love you, and because I have the utmost respect for you, and because you mean the world to me, you're the person that I want to finish with. You're worth it to me, for us to fix this. You're worth fighting for. Like, I want to feel like I'm worth fighting for when I'm with whoever I'm with. When I'm with my man, I want to feel like, baby, I'm worth fighting for. And likewise, that's just my thing. But, guys, like I said, weigh in the comments and tell me, what you think. I feel like even nowadays, from a woman's perspective, marriage back in the days, in my opinion, was like primarily, to secure financial support in the home for the women. And I feel like now, since, women, because back then women couldn't vote, women couldn't have bank accounts, the man was the breadwinner. So I feel like when it came to marriage and relationships back in the day, when you think of marriage, like, what's the point of being married now? Because I feel like everybody that's married, for the most part, it seems like, now don't get me wrong, you occasionally I run across a story where a woman has did something, or she stepped out on marriage, but you hear more men stepping outside of the marriage. I see more men stepping outside of their marriage and relationships, because I'm a woman and I know firsthand. I don't care whether it's on Facebook, like, this man can be married, he's jumping off in the DM. This man can be married. I see him out, he's willing to open a door, or he wants to strike up a conversation and converse, even though he's a married man, and ask, can I do anything? Can we exchange numbers, sir? I do not want to be affiliated with you in no way, form, or fashion if you have a wife, because then you have nothing to talk about. And then you see even a lot of cheating with women, when you do see women, like, which is a prevalent thing at this point in time, with a lot of the stories that I have been covering lately, like such as like Clarissa Shields, like her situation. I don't know, like, it's starting to be an epidemic to not get a divorce or to be married and dating someone else And then it's just not, it's dating someone, but these people are publicly having affairs just like it's nothing. Now look at the situation with Latto that just broke news like a couple of days ago. Her and 21 Savage. You know, let me go ahead and get my disclaimer. Everything that I say in my video is allegedly, because I don't really know the ins and the outs. I don't have first classified information when it comes to these people. I just know what's being reported in the media, what's being said, what the streets saying, you know, and I follow some other bloggers versus, you know, what I see on different platforms, TMZ, you know, just different other shade room, different stories that's broken that they seem to have put out certain details. So on my platform, everything I say is allegedly, clock that T, allegedly. And every, you know, my channel is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just giving my commentary on what's being put out and what I don't know to be a fact, but what I've heard and just what I think at this point. So yeah, guys, I just feel like you have a lot of people, like since the whole Latto situation broke, my thing with the 21 Savage, and I keep seeing so many things in the comments. People are, oh, well, he's divorced now, or him and his wife is. But my thing is, if I can remember right, Latto has been dealing with 21 Savage allegedly for a couple years now, maybe 4 or 5 years now, and longer, maybe could be longer than that. I don't know, but my thing is, if this man and his wife are not together, where are the divorce papers? There's nothing wrong with if a situation doesn't work out. Of course, we're all human and we have to move on. But where are those divorce papers to say, hey, I'm closing this chapter and I'm starting this one with respect? Why, you know, what's going on with these celebrities that you guys don't want, that they don't want to, you know, actually get a divorce and move on with whoever they're trying to be with? Like, what's the thing? Like, it's the proper thing now, popular thing now to be a side chick or a mistress. Like, oh, like, come on now, like, you know, I just don't know. And then it makes it very scary because now people in relationships are seeming to, for all you know, people are dealing with multiple people, sleeping with other people, because obviously this man has a wife, and you think he's sleeping protected with his wife, and obviously for you to be pregnant, then you couldn't have used any protect. I mean, just like people act like STDs ain't real, HIV ain't real, like that's like very scary. And then, like I said, the way men move nowadays, in my opinion, and once again, I'm not badgering men, I'm not hitting on men. I'm just telling you firsthand what I come into contact and what I know about men, because I'm a woman, and what I know as far as like how men approach me, or I can know their status. They cannot be somebody that I know, or they could be someone that I know that they're married or whatever, but they will still try to, you know, hit on you or get your number, or, you know, I'll do this. Do you need anything? Or you can just call me if you need. Like, why would I need to be calling on you? You know, as why are you out here embarrassing your wife and you know your marriage, disgracing your marriage by trying to mingle and tingle with someone in that you know nothing about, or if you do know them, like, still, it's just, it's disrespect. It's disrespect. It's distasteful, like I said. And a lot of men, I'm gonna tell you my background. Like, I have worked in the medical field as a phlebotomist, medical assistant. So I have been on the end of drawing blood, getting the results. I have been on the end of being in the room, giving labs, giving results by me being a medical assistant. And I can tell you, it is just so scary that somebody could have something, like they don't even look like they have anything, or they could look like they have something, but it's just scary, like that person out here sleeping with somebody, or, you know, by me being in the medical profession, of course, you know, HIPAA applies. This might be someone that I know or someone that I don't know, or somebody that I know somebody, and for them to be able to come in and get a results, or having to give results and know for sure, like this person really out here, or you can know somebody they affiliated with. It's just a scary situation. That it's just scary. It's just scary. And shocking, and people don't seem to. If you see some of the people that are mortified when you have to give them results that, hey, your test results came back, da 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 da. You know, some people just lose it. Some people, rightfully so. But you would think with these things, and us knowing that there are diseases and things out here, that it would make people practice abstinence, or it would make people, wrap it up, or protect themselves, get tested, know who they, and then even getting tested. With me, like I said, being in the medical field, and actually drawing blood and doing the results, or giving the results, with me being in that field, you have to understand, you could get results today that you're negative and be positive months from now. You might even know for 6 months to a year from now that you contracted it. You could have just got checked last week, last month, and got negative results. That's why I'm saying, guys, it's just best. Nowadays, it don't even make me even want to date, because it's just scary out here. Like, look at the guy, the police officer. I think he was from, what's the police officer from? Oh, it was Florida. I'm thinking. I think it was Florida. Police officer that got diagnosed with HIV and did not tell the lady that I'm thinking they're saying that he have someone pregnant. Don't quote me on that as to being a fact, but yeah. And he's a police officer, sworn to uphold the law, and he did not disclose his medical information as far as his status of being HIV positive. Now, you guys, when you can't trust the police, and you know that he knew the law, that's why I'm just saying, it's a no for me, guys. It's a no for me. Like, what do you guys think? It's just something to really think about. And we just have to do better as a race. We have to do better on, loving each other, respecting one another, being there for one another. But I mean, guys, at this point, it just kind of made me feel like, I don't want to say true love really don't exist. I just feel like people are just there for a season, So that's just my little commentary on what I feel when it comes to relationships nowadays. Guys, tell me what you think. Until next time, peace.